So guys, I'm kind of fed up with Apple and Google, and I've been annoyed with the same thing for the last 10 years. 0% has anything really improved. When I go to select someone's text message, I have to sit there and I have to wait for the animation. So if I have to text like 100 people something or a couple different things, I have to, click on the person's text message, and then I have to wait for that to load on the screen, which is kind of useless because it's not waiting on the network for anything. Then I have to select the text message thing, which then I have to wait for the animation of the keyboard to come up before it even allows me to like type anything. And then I have to select it, and I actually have to wait like a period for it to like pop up with this menu, which has to fade in that says select all, copy, paste. And then I have to select that, and I have to wait for like the selection process to happen as it animates before it gives me like an option to say like, oh, well, maybe we'll load in this thing that says you can paste, and then I can paste. And then every time I try to like edit something, it's like the same kind of waiting. It does the exact same thing with Google Maps. Every time I want to like select places to go, if I'm actually able to select a place and actually have it navigating there, it'll never give me like the phone number of the place that I'm going to. I actually have to cancel the route, and if I'm going like across the country, it'll have to like take a long time for it to unload. So if I lose like cellular connection driving a truck somewhere, then I won't be able to like get the phone number without like canceling the load and then having to wait for it to connect again to be able to like reestablish that. Every time I load like YouTube in the browser, I have to wait. If I go to a different app and then come back, I have to wait for the entire video to reload again just to get to the same spot, just to be able to text somebody once or to respond to them and tell them like, oh yeah, I'll do that later. It's really getting frustrating because I know that it's easy to program a very simple calculator that came out 20 years before these phones to work much faster with the same exact UI requirement. So I'm just wondering, like, are there free software, and not free as in it doesn't cost money, but free as in the code licensing is free. The software licensing is free, as defined by the Free Software Foundation. Is it possible to get phones now that are practical that you can use for applications? I heard that there was a phone that you could like emulate the Android store inside your phone as like its own app, but otherwise you have access to kind of control and change things on your phone as you want. Because just iPhones, man, iOS just is horrible, and it seems like Apple will never change anything. No matter how much feedback I give them, they don't like to change anything.